Hey everybody, I am back. My name is Janice and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So when last we met, I was letting you know about something that had happened to me about a year ago, March or so of 2019. I had an incident where something inside me shifted. And from that point on, everything in my life has been different. I immediately felt peace and bliss, and I didn't know what had happened. So after that, I spent the next, I don't even know how long it was. Unfortunately, I didn't write anything down. I really wish that I would have now. It would make this so much easier to explain, but I can still tell you pretty much the course of events after that. I didn't know what happened. And I knew that if I just went around blurting out what happened, that people would think I was insane. So I did tell a few people, I felt like something had changed, like somebody flipped a light switch and all of a sudden my whole world was different. And that's the best way that I could think to explain it. In that moment, I realized that everything that I'd been worried about my whole entire life didn't matter. None of it mattered. I felt complete and total 100% peace. So a friend sent me a video of Dyer doing a talk at Wanderlust out in California. And I listened to about half of it and I lost interest. And then another day I just decided I would go back and finish it. And at the end of the video, he started talking about near-death experiences and the connection to the universe. And he mentioned the book that I brought up in my last video by Anita Moorjani, Dying to Live. And like I said, I read that book and that has probably the best explanation that I can come up with. And again, I don't have the book with me. I make these videos spontaneously. I just feel like I need to say what I need to say. So I make them, and sometimes I'm not always prepared. Hopefully I'll get better about that in the future. But for right now, you're just getting just raw me talking about what happened. What I learned from reading that book is that we are all connected. Everything is connected. Every living thing on the planet, including the planet, is all one being. Human beings and everything else is comprised of energy. If you're into science, I know a lot of people are, especially in light of the recent things that have been happening. I've had a lot of people say, I trust the scientists. Well, if you trust scientists, then you have to believe that everything is comprised of energy. It's physics. It is a fact. And once you know that, you also can understand that energy vibrates. So everything is just vibrating at different frequencies. The lower the frequency, the denser the properties of that particular person, place, or thing. The higher the vibration, the lighter, more maybe esoteric the person, place, or thing might be. Trying to think of a better way to explain it. Well, that's going to have to come in another video. We are all energy. Everything is energy, and we are all vibrating. There are different levels of vibration, the lowest one being shame, and then fear, and then anger. I believe next would be acceptance, and then you go up into the higher vibrations of peace, love, and joy. Obviously, the lower the vibrations, the denser the properties of that particular person, place, or thing. And as far as people go, or pretty much anything, but definitely people, as far as people go, the lower your vibration and the denser your energy, the worse you're likely to feel in general. If you're operating in those vibrations of shame or anger or guilt, then you're not feeling very good. Usually you'll have physical symptoms. You might have upset stomach, you might have headache, you might have body aches, different areas, and it could be serious. Some people focusing on those negative lower vibrations for long periods of time have cancer, and that's what the book is about. She cured herself of cancer. She had a near-death experience. She, during her coma or her near death, realized her connection to all that is and all that ever will be and all that ever was. And from that point, when she woke from the coma, she focused on her vibration and her energy and cured herself of cancer. I believe it was within 7 months she was in complete remission. No signs of cancer in her body whatsoever. When they took her to the hospital, she was barely hanging on, barely. And now she walks around completely 100% cancer-free and giving her testimony to anyone and everyone that will listen. The next thing I did after I found out and believed that everything is energy was to start researching energy, the energy of the body, which led me to the chakras. There are 7 energy centers within each body: your root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. When you are in the lower vibrations, you are operating in those lower energy centers. Not going to get into today what each of them does. Pardon me, it's hot here in Pennsylvania and there's no air conditioning in my house, so I might melt right before your eyes, but please hang on. That might be fun to watch. Each of the energy centers controls a different area of the body and different behaviors of the people. For example, your solar plexus chakra, which everybody knows your solar plexus is in your midsection, that controls your anxiety. Anxiety is a result of worrying about the future. So right now, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are having really intense solar plexus symptoms, might be having upset stomach, might be having irritable bowel, some nausea, maybe even vomiting. And so from there, I started working on doing chakra balances. There are some really good videos on YouTube. If you want to search those, I can put a couple of links in the comments to help you out. And really started doing research on those to try to understand the energy centers of the body. I figured if I was going to be working on my energy and my vibration, I had to try to understand what all of it meant. So that was kind of the steps that I took at the beginning. And what I found is when you find something that is true within you, you will know it. Your body will light up. You will be 100% on fire. I get tingly feeling. I get a feeling of complete joy and bliss, and I want to learn more about that subject, whatever subject it might happen to be. When you awaken to certain things, the next phase is to seek. You seek as much information and you consume as much information about that as you possibly can. For me, it worked out really well. I tend to be a little bit skeptic of the power of suggestion. So reading something and then afterwards feeling like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going through, hasn't really ever worked for me. And luckily, it happened the complete opposite for me. I would experience something and then I would have to go figure out what it was that had happened to me. And when you find that right information, you will know. Your energy centers will light up. You will feel lighter. You'll feel happier. You'll have more energy. You'll want to learn more about that subject. And you won't be able to stop yourself. It's almost like an addiction, but it's I don't know, it's better than any drug I've ever heard of or experienced in my life. So if this is what I have to be addicted to, then I think I'm probably on the right track. The other thing that I knew for sure when this happened and when I figured out what it was that had happened to me was that I am meant to tell other people about it. I've always been very vocal, especially about things that I'm passionate about. I've never had a problem with saying what's on my mind. And so I think my purpose here is to try to help other people on their journey towards this down their path for their purpose, their path for this earth, their path to happiness and joy and bliss. If you've ever experienced that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I said right from the beginning, I feel so amazing that I want to tell every single person. I want everybody, whether I know you or not, I want you to feel the way that I feel. And I guarantee you, if everybody could get to that point and feel that feeling, 90% of the problems that you experience in your world would go away. I know this for a fact because when I started down this path, consciously down this path, a lot of the problems that I was having in my life just fell away. So the point of raising your vibration, other than feeling physically better, is to help you purge things in your life that aren't serving you. Past behaviors, past beliefs, breaking cycles. For example, for me, breaking the cycle is, I think there's a long history in my family, I know for me personally, of giving every single ounce of myself to whoever or whatever it was that was asking of me in an attempt to prove that I was enough, to prove that I was worthy, to prove that I was perfect, or whatever it is that I thought I was striving for. I needed to feel validated. I needed to feel worthy. I needed to feel like I was enough, which is something that up until that point, I'd never really felt. Maybe brief periods, but especially in my adult life as a wife and an employee and a mother, I felt almost daily like I wasn't enough. I didn't do enough. I wasn't good enough. I was failing the people, or that I was giving everything and I couldn't understand why they couldn't see. Why can't anybody see that I would be the perfect girlfriend or the perfect employee? Or, it it was maddening. It truly was maddening. And anybody that knows me personally has been on that crazy train with me multiple times. They're probably all very grateful that this has happened to me because I stopped being a lunatic. Once it happened, all of that went away. It all went away. Do I have periods where I feel some of those things crop back up? Absolutely. I'm a human being. I'm faced with all of the same obstacles as everyone else: financial, employment, children, other human beings that you have to come in contact with, all of this stuff that's been happening around the world for the last 90 to 120 days. I'm subject to all of it. I'm here on earth in reality with the rest of you. But the other thing that I realized is, if you are aware of your energy, then you have control of your energy. And frankly, that is literally the only thing on this earth that you have control of. There's nothing that you can say or do that's going to make another person act the way that you want them to. Maybe with your children, or for a short period of time, they'll do things to appease you. But everybody has to be true to themselves. And if what you're asking of them is not true for that person, they're not going to be able to do it for very long. And ultimately, you're both just going to end up feeling disappointed or angry or resentful, just overall unhappiness. You can't put expectations on people that they can't themselves meet and then beat them up for not being able to meet them. They are who they are. You are who you are. So the only thing that you can do every minute of every day is check yourself. Make sure that you are where you need to be internally and vibrationally. Some people think that seems selfish. I guess from the outside looking in, it does sound pretty selfish. You're only worried about yourself. But there's more to it than that. When you are being your authentic self and doing the things in life that make you light up, that make your soul shine, that feed you, that fulfill you, you automatically are a better person outwardly. You can't help but be that way. When you start letting go of those things that were controlling your mind and having you twisting around, having you losing sleep at night, having you not able to eat, having you eating too much, you you're not good for anybody. You can't be good for other people if you're not the best version of yourself. When you get in touch with your energy and with the things that you really are passionate about and that you enjoy, you raise your vibration automatically, and you can't help but to be a kinder, better, more caring, more loving person. So that's what I did. I just started down that journey. I learned about the energy centers. Maybe I'll do a video of what I learned about those. I don't have a whole lot of knowledge, but what I've been doing seems to work fairly well. And just, you'll know when you're doing something that isn't right for you. You'll feel it in your stomach. If you're not in alignment with who you truly are, your body will let you know. And when you start doing more things that are in alignment with who you really are, the whole universe will let you know. You'll start seeing things that you interpret as beautiful, or areas of your life will become easier. The people that you meet on a daily basis will be a little lighter. They'll be happier. There won't be so much negativity, not so much gossip, not so much worry about what everyone else is doing. If people expect you to be worried about their feelings, then who's worrying about your feelings? If you're worried about your feelings and I'm worried about your feelings, then I'm doing everything to try to make you happy, but that might not be in alignment with what makes me happy. So you have to figure out who you truly are, what you truly want, and then start pursuing those things. And it isn't selfish. It's the only thing that any of us can do. And I think in this time period, a lot of people need to focus more on what truly makes them happy, who they really are, what their purpose in this world is, beyond just getting up, going to work, raising kids, washing dishes, cooking meals, doing laundry. There's a whole life out there to be lived and a whole world to experience. And every single person here has the right to find those things for themselves. It won't be selfish. You'll be a better person. You will love better. You will be more compassionate. You will be more understanding. And everything about your life will get easier. There'll be bumps. There'll be cycles of purge. Like right now, we're going through a huge cycle of purging negative emotions and breaking those cycles, like the one I was talking about within myself, feeling unworthy and trying to prove through everyone else that I was worthy, get their validation to make me feel better. And what I learned in that moment is I am just as worthy as everyone else. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of a life of ease. And so are all of you. You just have to take a minute, turn off the noise outside. Turn off the news. That is the first thing every person in the world should do. Turn off the news. There are ways to find the information that you're looking for. If you really need to know what's going on out there to appease yourself, which if you do, I suggest you do it in limited quantities, then you can find the information that you need. Those news clips will be on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or whatever platform you prefer to focus your attention on. They're out there. You can find them. But try to steer clear of it if you possibly can. None of it is in any of your control. Staring at it just feeds it. Energy expands. What you focus your energy toward will expand whatever it is that you're looking at. If you're looking at death and destruction and chaos, then it's feeding the energy of death and destruction and chaos. If you're looking at peace and love and happiness and goodwill and just acts of kindness, then you're going to see more of those. That energy will expand. You have to make a conscious choice on what you want to focus the energy that is inside you towards. And whatever you focus it towards, you will get more of. So I think that's it for today. I just wanted to give you that little blurb. Hoping to be back more often. I think that this is going to be the start of me really kicking off this YouTube channel. So If what I'm saying is hitting home with you even a little bit, please like my video and subscribe to my channel so that more people that are seeking this information can see it. If you feel compelled, you know somebody else that might be interested, you can go ahead and share it. If everybody shares it once, then this message will spread that much faster. And if you have questions or there's anything that you want to discuss with me, you know, I've done some pretty extensive research in some areas, and I probably can answer a lot of questions for you. I will put a link to my email in the comments as well. So I hope that you are all having a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope you have air conditioning where you're at. I don't think I've melted. I don't look great, but it is what it is, you know. I feel great, and honestly, that's all that matters. So I hope that you all go about the day and feel great. Look for joy, look for beauty, look for love, compassion. You know, just go out and spread your joy. Find your joy and spread it to as many people as you can. Honestly, that is what is going to save our country and our planet as a whole. Peace and love to all of you.